Hi, 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 hi. Good meowing, good meowing. Hello, please. Hello, please, and hi, Razor. Hi, Jackie. Good meowing. She's here and peppy. True. True. I'm in a good mood. I'm a little bit confused, but I'm in a good mood nonetheless. I'm confused because, why? Why am I confused? I'm trying to do a thing on my computer. I was first. I'm Mooney's biggest schizo. Congratulations. You're winning. You are winning for sure. Ah, I think I'm a bigger schizo than all of us combined. Okay, this will have to do. Wow. How's everybody doing today? Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a good reason for being in such a good mood, to be honest. Um, my productivity has not been its highest, to be real with you. Enjoy your food, Demi. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Nom nom nom. Wow. I did not play piano today. I did not work out today. I also did not promote my stream on time. I was having a little bit of an issue with my VPN and Reddit blocking me and all that. Hi, Crimson. How are you? Hello, hello. Hi, hi, hi. But in spite of it all, I'm in an excellent mood. Um, And that brings me to today's journal prompt. Is what am I grateful for today? And I wrote down 4 things that I feel grateful for. It's a weekend. Don't beat yourself up over it. Ah, I have opinions about that, Jackie. If I were an average person trying to live an average life, I would agree that the weekend has some significance and that I should use the weekend as an opportunity to relax. But as far as I can tell, it's not like time is a social construct, and so is the weekend, right? Like, why do we default to having 2 days a week that we consider a break? And it has to do with industrialization, doesn't it? It has to do with a lot of things. I don't know. I'm guessing. Someone else might be more knowledgeable about this topic, and I'll have to research more into it. But I'm trying to be an entrepreneur, and business never sleeps because like I don't know, when I'm not working nothing is being done. I don't have a lot of automation in place. I don't have anyone uh that I employ, so for things to happen I have to be the doer of deeds. It all falls on me. So because of that, I want to absolve myself from the brainwashing that society tells me that the weekends mean a particular thing, or um, any schedule that is like, how do I say this? Um, Forced upon me. Instead, I kind of want to make my own. Good lord, she caught the businessman tism. It's a good type of tism. Hi, Gloomin, how are you? Excellence is still the good goal. Don't worry, you don't need a reason to be peppy, but so long as you have a good day, that's what matters, even if you kind of took it off. Hi, LDTGX. I didn't take it off, but I didn't do those things. I did other things instead. It's been tradition for the past 2,000 years. Okay, yeah, but how long have humans been around? Hasn't it been 50,000 years? In the US, it's been a thing for like 120, but yeah, this is due to industrialization. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 4 a.m. Yeah, the stream time is 4 a.m. I'm currently living in 8 o'clock a.m. Universal time. But if you're in New York, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. If you're in California, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's other times in other places. But yeah, so the things that I'm grateful for. Wow. Thing number one, the internet, which provides me a wealth of knowledge, connection, escape. There's also things like uh, entertainment, misinformation, rage bait, etc. But I'm grateful specifically for the access to knowledge and the ability to make connections. And yeah, the internet's a great place at times. Hi, unknown God one. How are you? The internet also gave us Maple Story, God's Gift to Man. I'm grateful for you, says Jackie. I'm grateful for you as well. I really am. I mean that honestly and truly. Actually, that brings me to the second on my list, which is people who are willing to give me a chance. Right? So that includes my Moonies, anyone who comes to visit me, um, any anyone who gives me any time of their day, whether it's just to pop by my stream and leave me a hate comment, or if you're one of the dedicated schizos who for some reason shows up every single day. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart all the way to the top. I really, really, really do. Um, at times I struggle to understand if I'm worth it, and that reasoning and thought process just makes me want to try harder for you and give my all and try to be a little bit more excellent. But yeah, I'm grateful for your patience with me and the acceptance that I feel. I do I do take feedback into consideration, even though this is not a democracy. I do consider your comments and feedback, and I consider, yeah. Oh, before I do something, I tried to put you all first and think about, okay, will this be helpful, interesting, or useful? Something to that effect. I gotta miss more streams. I need to beat the schizo allegations. Yeah, you can get a hall pass if you need to take a couple days off. That's fine. The internet gave us Moon. Thank you for still being here with us and not giving up after renewing your vows. Yeah, I intend to do this forever. You may ask why, and I don't know. That's just what my heart tells me to do. For the rest of my life, to my last dying breath. Imagine I die tomorrow and then there's no stream. That would suck. Okay, somebody knock on wood. My desk is wood, so I'm knocking on my desk. Anyway, the third thing that actually brings me to my third point. It's almost like I planned this. The third thing that I'm grateful for is my health. I feel like whether you focus on your health or not, your health, the state of your health, is central to any living organism, no matter how big or small. Because if you're unhealthy or sick or diseased or injured, etc., if your life is on the line in some way, essentially nothing matters. I mean, maybe you think nothing matters to begin with, but especially if you're like, on the way out. So, if we all collectively told you to play Getting Over It on stream, would you do it? I would play games on stream if I had the setup to do it. But yeah, there need to be a lot more negotiation. What? No. No. Yeah, I'm not gonna I'll be here tomorrow, don't worry. I don't leave my house. So like, I mean, not that you can't die in your house. I mean, I could have one of those. Do you guys know how scary your toilet is? Or any porcelain in your house, like falling in your bathtub? Or, yeah, if your toilet like cracks and then like shatters with you sitting on it or something like that, and then the porcelain pierces your body, die that way. A brand new fear. That's why you gotta hover. So never sit on the toilet. Always like hover slightly above it for my the ladies in the chat and the guys in the chat too. You could pretend you're doing squats. Good meowing, Camp Boy. Hi, Maka. You are actually winning. Maka is basically, how many digits is that? A multi-billionaire. Look at that. That's a new fear I might have. I know. I know a woman that got her skin conjoined to her toilet, but that's an extreme story. Yeah, that sounds uncomfortable. I wish to never have that happen to me. I've never heard of anyone dying that way until now, Crimson. Until right now. I always have to check my toilet for crocodiles. Also check the ceiling tiles as well. Also check for snakes. All in or no balls. Ligma. Anyway, the fourth and last thing that I feel grateful for today specifically is my brain because it's a little bit different and that's okay. I like it. I mean, I accept it the way it is and I'm grateful for it the way it is. I did another online quiz thingy I was talking to Demi about and I got all of the questions right and I was in the top 5 percentile. So then immediately it goes straight to my head and I'm just like, "Ah, I'm so smart and everybody else, the American public is just so dumb." And then I just sit on my high horse. I don't know why I'm like this. It's one of my many toxic traits. But anyway, I'm actually not that smart, and I feel like the fact that I could say words like that is proof. But I'm still grateful, for what I do have. I have a quiz for you. How would you feel if you did? Oh, here we go with the breakfast question, Maka. Don't. I was told to avoid this question specifically because of the racial implications of it. But I will say that if I hadn't had breakfast today, I if I hadn't had breakfast today, I would probably be hungry now because I didn't have lunch either. Jackie says racial implications. Follow it up. I have to change the subject. Sorry, my PR person is panicking as we speak. I gave you guys some Monero. There's 40k, and the rich get richer. Maka says, I am racist. I know. We all know. We've known for a while now, Maka. You haven't been hiding it. Today is... Did I do my greeting? Did I do my greeting? Am I having a stroke? Good meowing, good afternoon, and good night, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for tuning into Love Talk with me, Mrs. Moonson. This is a daily talk show where a smitten little kitten discusses all things love, life, and also anime. Whee! My favorite race is marathon. My favorite race is triathlon. I want to eat food now. I really do believe you're super smart, Moon. Thank you, Demi. Thank you. Thank you for stroking my ego. Maka calls VTuber model makers riggers instead of riggers. He uses a hard R. Okay. Moving on. I'm in trouble. Moving on. It's Sugoi Nani Desu Saturday, aka What the Fuck Saturday. Today's the day we cover the strange, the bizarre, the abnormal, and the taboo. It's the day that Moon gets canceled. Or will that be next week? I'm pretty sure I canceled myself, was it last week or the week before? Anyway, that was an awkward stream. I'll start off with an anime review, not just a recommendation, but this one is a review. And then I will go on to the question of the day, and then we'll take you to the cancel corner. Wow. Moon answered the question. Does that mean she's Whovite? What is Whovite? It means that I have an IQ of Hyperborean. What is that? What are words? What are words? Okay. Anime of the day. Moving on. Pretending chat isn't being super sus and super racist. Gonna move on. I'm just kidding. I don't think you guys are racist. You guys are wholesome and cute. So, the anime recommendation of the day is a movie that I watched before stream, and it completely caught me off guard. I'm not gonna lie. I experienced a roller coaster of emotions, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. So, it's called In This Corner of the World. Like I said, it's a movie. Apparently, it's 2 hours and 48 minutes long, and in hindsight, it definitely felt very long. So, I think that checks out. Hi, Jin. Good meowing. Good meowing. It's okay if you were absent. What is TFD? Is that like, is that League? What is that? Suzu Urano is the main character. She's a pure and kind-hearted girl who loves to draw and keeps her head in the clouds. Growing up on the outskirts of Hiroshima with her family, she's more than happy to help with her grandmother's nori business. However, when she becomes of age, Suzu leaves her beloved home to marry Shusaku Hojo, a man she barely knows. As she integrates into her new husband's household, the homesick bride struggles to adjust to the unfamiliar environment as the war effort extends far beyond the point of return. When war reaches Suzu's own backyard and peace gives way to brutality, how will she support herself and those she's come to love along the way? Hono Sekai no Katasumi ni, that's the name of the movie, paints a colorful yet haunting depiction of everyday life in the years before and after World War II, showcasing the perseverance and fortitude of ordinary Japanese during one of the darkest periods of modern history. The First Descendant. Ah, okay, okay. Long but very engaging, says Demi. Never mind, it's a war story. Is the husband secretly submit? Yeah, yeah, it's a war story. And I was not anticipating it at all. Like, I didn't do any pre-reading or whatever. I just saw the title on a list somewhere of anime films, and it was high up on the list. And based on the cover picture, I just thought, okay, some countryside girl being cute. I'm in for a treat. And it started off okay. And then I got very confused. And then I got angry. And then I started to really like it towards the end. So I took a couple of I stole a couple of snippets from different people's reviews and I wanted to share some of them with you, but let me take a look at what I wrote. Let's see. So I like this one. Someone said, "Hi Skull Switch. Hi, 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 hi. Aren't you busy? How are you watching stream? Go be busy." This movie sounds like propaganda. Razor, I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that because that is one of my opinions that I do have about it, but I have to get into it first. I'll give these people's takes and then I'll talk about what I think and whatever. But here's one. Somewhere in the corner of the world, a tragedy happened. Somewhere in the corner of the world, people lost their homes. Somewhere in the corner of the world, people died. Who is Suzu Urano? She's nobody and she's anyone. That's how this person would describe the movie. It's a movie about the horror of war. It's a movie about our individual unimportance. Suzu is not a special character. She didn't suffer more than others and had very little impact on the story. She couldn't save anyone. Many people went by, and all she could do was kind of leave some memories with, the lives, directly around her. And it's sort of a metaphor for like us in a way. Is this getting too deep? What happened to Timmy? We don't talk about that name here. You are not immune to propaganda. I don't think anyone is. I wasn't sure where it was going halfway through, but it really started to resonate with me in the later half. Wish you can be famous with the ladies like I am, says Jin to Skullswitch. Skullswitch is famous with the ladies, Jin. I was watching reporting on Richard Allen. This movie, yeah, okay. Anyway, here's another take. In This Corner of the World is really just a comfy wartime film. It isn't trying to be groundbreaking, nor is it emotionally manipulative, trying to tug or tear out your heartstrings. It's a film about how life can go on even during the most terrible of times, of holding on to love against relentless passage of time, of just going with the flow. Despite an ending that was a little jarring, the film really does its best to keep its warm, fuzzy hug of a grip. I kind of disagree with that. Yeah, this person thinks it's a charming movie, yada yada yada. And then there was one more. Um, one more review that stood out to me. Someone said, I think what describes this movie best is being in the eye of a storm. It's somewhat calm and relaxing, has many slice of life moments, and the main protagonist tries to be happy and joyful despite her situation, but there's the anticipation of the worst that's yet to come. There are undertones and things that are unspoken, things that are only slightly hinted at, and things that are later forgotten, because it would be too cruel to be reminded of them. Actually, I disagree with this, so I'm not going to read any further. But basically, ah, there's so much. I don't even know how to organize this, so I really apologize. Um, It isn't emotionally manipulative, sounds like something someone who's subjected to propaganda would say. But honestly, World War II themed Japanese films tend to be quite propaganda heavy, like Grave of Fireflies. That one makes you feel so horrid for the characters and depicts the atrocities of war for a reason. Yeah. I felt that way once I figured out what this thing was about. I was like, this could be a propaganda piece. But I'd argue that I didn't feel like that in the end because the main character, Suzu, she's such a ditzy, silly, naive, innocent girl who's very capable as an artist. And there are moments where yeah, her inner brilliance shines and comes through, but everyone around her kind of takes her as a laughing stock and doesn't treat her very seriously at all. And I was waiting for a moment where she would kind of have her intellectual awakening or some sort of like female empowerment or something like that. And it never happens, and I'm glad that it doesn't. She's literally like a normie girl who's slightly better at certain creative things than others, but she sucks as a housewife and she kind of she's not very deep. And I loved that they painted the picture of war through this vapid girl's eyes. Like it made it so much more interesting to me because I feel like it's way more relatable. It would be easy to talk about war from the point of view of someone who's like a high ranking official, of someone who's a soldier on the front lines, from the point of view of someone who, um, like a mother of sons who loses all her sons in the war or something like that, right? Because those people are like um, very tangibly interwoven and like they have a stake in the war in some way or another. Maka said, "Sounds like Moon." What do you think she would have said if she was asked, "How would you?" Oh my god, I can't do this anymore. Oh, I can't do this anymore. She has normie superpowers I wish I had. Do you have a favorite Slipknot song? Yes, I do. My favorite Slipknot song is um before before I forget? Is it before I forget? Someone tell me. I think that's the name of the song. Anyway, I like Duality as well. This has nothing to do with anything. But anyway, what I liked about it, you guys are killing me here. I like that she had like a childlike view of the world, and I love the mismatch and the contrast of like this silly girl whose family basically sells her or pushes her into marrying a guy that she doesn't even know. Like she doesn't know anything about him. She doesn't know his name. She doesn't know his family. He saw her once before and thought she was really pretty. And then but she's not like, I feel like the feminist angle would have been for her to be very upset about it. Like, "Oh, I'm being forced to marry and I don't want to," or something like that. But she's actually very she takes everything in stride. She's like very plain about it. She tries to kind of like her husband, even though she doesn't fall in love with him right away or anything like that. Over the course of the film, she does start to at least appreciate him and kind of warm up to him, but she's not standoffish either. Like she doesn't reject him coldly, but she's kind of going through the motions. You know what? She really does remind me of myself now that I think about it. I'm not married and I've never been married, but I can relate to the idea of like being forced to start a relationship or something like that, or feeling forced and not really understanding what you're supposed to do. Um, or you forget what? What's the name of what? The Slipknot song. Who's being cultured? How would your mom feel if she didn't have breakfast today? I'm gonna cry. I can't take it anymore. Anyway, there's also this theme of like, is ignorance bliss? Because while there's war and devastation and starvation and like, um, everything is affected from the economy and things being rationed and, you know, literal bombs being dropped, nearby and stuff like that. She I don't know, it's like she gets distracted almost by focusing on the day-to-day tasks. So, when her husband's family basically wants her as like an extra set of hands to do household chores and labor, and she's it doesn't come naturally. Like she's never cooked before. She's not very good at cleaning or anything like that. So yeah, while there's all this disarray in the background somewhere, she's kind of just like learning how to be domestic. But then it does confront her very viscerally, and I won't give this a spoiler of how it does, but she gets personally affected by it. And then watching I don't know, I just really enjoyed the nuance because like I feel like it would be so easy to turn this into some sort of like female empowerment thing where it's about her trying to become a vector of change, or she gets so inspired and then she like saves a bunch of lives or something, and that never happens. Like things just happen to her and around her, and she's powerless and she's useless. And it makes me think of the Ukraine, and it makes me think of and Russia. It makes me think of Israel and Palestine, where like the rest of the world, we're all just kind of like living our lives or whatever. And even for the citizens there, some of them might have their opinions about politics and the war, but for a lot of them, it's just very distressing and inconvenient, right? They're trying to live their lives and their lives are like in danger. And it's just very, I don't know. It made me think. I was angry at the film at one point because I'm like, why am I watching this? I feel like I'm in school again. I feel like I'm in history class all over again. But I was really glad that I did, and I wish more people would watch, to be honest with you. So, I'll leave it at that. Wow. Moon said she would feel hungry. Probably. Could I have Moonson on stream one day? I would love to. If I ever get to like a ridiculous amount of success, I would love to have Mom on stream. Um, that's how it is sometimes. Ah, she's a strong woman in the sense that she doesn't dwell on bad things that happen to her and keeps moving forward. I don't think she is, though, Demi. I don't think she is a strong woman. I don't think that's what's being pushed at all. I think that, like, she doesn't dwell on bad things because she doesn't have the mental capacity to dwell on bad things. I think it's one of those things where it's like natural selection. So she she has a trait that's almost negative to neutral, but in certain circumstances it really comes in handy. So yeah, turns out that if you're kind of vapid in the midst of war, that's kind of useful. Whereas if you are a contemplator like me or Demi, or many of you probably, you might take everything as like existential dread and feel your powerlessness and then feel distressed by it. Whereas she's powerless and I don't even know if she notices. Let's see. The reason I feel like this sounds like a propaganda piece is because they could have set this literally in any other setting, how the economic crash in the 80s instead of World War II. The specific period of time, tends to be used for very specific reasons. Razor, I believe you, and I agree. And still, even if it's a piece of propaganda, I still think I enjoyed watching it, and that it made me think about things that I otherwise would not have thought about. And I'm glad I got to experience it. And I don't think you have to take a stance. Like, I don't think you have to be. It's clearly an anti-war type of film, but I don't think you have to take that stance. It clearly paints the Japanese citizens and people as, like, you could argue, like, innocent bystanders, or who are being in harm's way through no fault of their own or something like that. And you can get political with it if you want, but I don't think it requires you to. I think you could just enjoy it for what it is and then move on. There's a war going on? Damn, that sucks. Anyway, LDTGX, that might be sarcasm, but I really think that is literally how most people in the world feel, whether they admit it or not. Or that's how most people in the world act. They might say that they care a lot, but in reality, it's sort of like you spend a moment thinking, like I did. I spent a few moments contemplating, oh, how many thousands of lives have been lost in these current two wars? And then just like that, it's like, oh, what am I gonna eat for breakfast tomorrow? So that when Maka asks me if I hadn't eaten breakfast, how would I feel? I have an answer. Anyway, but yeah. Not that I'm not trying to say this to treat war and the victims flippantly, but I would almost argue that it doesn't even matter. I'm irrelevant. I'm just some VTuber somewhere. My words have no meaning if you don't attach any meaning to them. So, love is funny like that, says Whisper Sin Static. Hi, 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 hi. How are you? Wow. Razor's chatting on Twitch and Kick. Yeah, he's doing the most. I would say, dang, war that sucks. Anyways. Saying that can get you in trouble. By who, though? Nobody even knows I exist, so I'm not going to be in trouble. That's how I and probably most people feel about it. Yep. I think if I had a bigger platform, it would matter more, but I'm nobody, so I can say whatever. And there will be no repercussions, because the only people who are watching are like Twitch. Like Twitch itself, I mean, like Amazon is watching. Anyway, moving on to the question of the day. Do you think you can handle a long distance relationship? I'm over time. I haven't even gotten started. I have so many things to go over. Let's just keep going a little bit today. We'll do it a bit longer. I'm sorry. I know I promised, but this was a doozy and I wasn't very organized. I know you exist. I listen. That's true, Whisper. I didn't mean nobody. When I said nobody, I meant like, let me rephrase. There isn't a large enough audience that knows I exist and watches my stream enough for me to suffer the backlash for saying that people don't really care about war unless it's affecting them personally. Hi, the SSJ God. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Kick Amazon servers versus Twitch. Amazon owned. Yep. It's all Amazon all around. I could do long distance, but it's horrifyingly difficult. I'd have to really love the person. That's a rough topic, says Whisper. Nope, because my last long distance, I heard her having sex with someone else. I'm not allowed to say that because of my model. But Camp Boy, that really, 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 really sucks. I don't understand how that happened. Unless you, like, did you, like, plant devices in her house and then overhear it? Or did she call you and try to cuck you? Or she thought she hung up? Did she butt dial you? This is so weird. Unknown God to One says, nope, because I don't have a relationship at all. It's okay, but I mean in the future. In the future, if you had one. Does imaginary relations count as long distance? Yes. Razor says, yeah, long distance relationships are pretty fun and intimate. It was much harder to be in one in the past, but nowadays it's very simple to keep in touch be they in another city, state, or country. At the end of the day, if you adore someone enough, distance is nothing as long as you can. No shot, you can't even say. I mean, I'm not really afraid to say it, but I'm a little bit afraid to say it. I actually know that anime exists. Only thing is, I remembered it when I was young, and I don't know anime like that. Are you talking about the movie? I got rejected by my imagination, so no, says Maka. Maka, did you forgot to tell your imagination that you're a billionaire in Monero? They'll change their mind. She was supposed to hang up, and I had the phone on speaker, and she didn't hang up, and I heard it all. You know what? I'm not gonna lie, Camp Boy, that sounds very traumatizing, and I'm sorry that happened to you. I can't even joke. That sounds like kind of horrific. Personally, I'm very open to a long distance relationship because I'm an introvert and I need a lot of alone time, so I'm okay with long distance. Also, I'm a homebody. I do like to go out and experience life and do things occasionally, but for the most part, I just want to be at home, so I might even go as far as to say I might prefer a long distance relationship to not feel like a close or local or whatever because because I want to protect myself and save myself for marriage and all also because yeah, like I just value my I value my alone time and I don't know. I don't know. It could just be that maybe I haven't found that person who I want to like be with 24/7 and then once I meet that person, my mind will be changed. But for now, I'm like this is fine. Introvert, sure. All I remember is I am Maka. I'm an INFJ, so we're actually called the extroverted introvert because we're able to turn on our extroversion as needed, as necessary. We're also known as the counselors. But yeah, in settings where someone else isn't like if in a group setting where no one else is taking responsibility and no one wants to lead the way, I don't mind stepping up and doing what I have to do to get things done. You know, you have to communicate in life. So, yeah. Although introversion just means that like where do I get my energy, right? Um highly social situations drain me of energy and being alone uh gives me energy or like recharges my energy, you could say. Ah, I am insert label here. I am Maka. You know, VTubing is funny because it's hard to meet new people. Is it? Is it hard to meet new people as a VTuber? VTubers are so social, it's not even funny. Okay, well, yeah, a lot of them are introverts, but a lot of them are looking for friends. So just start DMing people, is my tip if you want to, I don't know, meet people. If you don't want to be disappointed, you two will have to be super honest with each other. Yeah, that's the other thing, Jackie. I could never do a relationship where I don't trust the other person. So the issue of like, oh, I can't do long distance because what if I get cheated on would never be a question for me. Because if I don't trust them, then the relationship. No shot, you can't even say, oh, I read that already. I don't think I could handle a relationship in general right now, so no. I get my energy from the cosmos. Good answer. That's true. Probably. Aren't we all like star stuff? We're all like dust or something like that. Whatever. Anyway, words. That was the question of the day. Now we gotta go to cancel corner. Ah. I'll try to make it fast. Try to make it fast. Today's cancel corner. I'm canceling phone verification systems. I know everybody guessed that that's what this picture was referring to. But this is to continue my saga. Right now I'm undergoing a war. Myself versus Discord. It's getting very heated. It started off with them trying to force me to give them a phone number for verification purposes to prove that I'm not a robot. and then me not being able to log in and delete my account because I need to give them a phone number. So I took it to support, and we've been emailing each other back and forth every day, me arguing with them. So we're not canceling Korean women. No, we're not. Moon isn't a cool looking Asian girl. Mooney. Okay. If she looked this good, she wouldn't be a VTuber. Nah. I'm talking about, is this Moon on her phone board? No, no, no. This is just a random girl from the internet. She's cute though. Isn't she? She's pretty. Yep. Wow. Anyway, the Moon's in. That means. Hi, Kiss. Good meowing. They still haven't let you just delete that account. Camp Boy. They're playing the bureaucratic game with me where I want two things to occur. I want them to send me all of my data associated with that email account, and then I want them to delete my account. But because I keep asking for them to do both, first it'll give me like an automated response, and the automated response will say, to log in order to log in, you need to give us a phone number so that we could prove you're not a robot, yada, yada, yada. And then once you log in, you know, follow this link and here's the way you can get your data, yada, yada, yada. And then same thing for the deletion. They're like, in order to delete your account, you need to be able to log in. And in order to be able to log in, you have to give your phone number. They're playing games with me. But then occasionally a human being will respond to me instead of a bot. And they will essentially tell me, you need to email this email address, and then you need to do this, and this in like very specific order. They even give me like a template of what I'm supposed to say, yada, yada, yada. But I find it frustrating because I feel like I think it's disingenuous, right? They're acting as if I'm the one that's confused, that I don't know what I'm asking for. They're acting as if they don't understand what I'm trying to get done. And they do. They know exactly what I'm trying to do. They can read. English is my first language. I wrote every email with great clarity. They understand what I'm asking, but they're kind of putting me through this endless loop because they want to prevent churn, probably. They hope that I'll just give up or something like that. Or give in. I don't know. This could just be, this might just be me being skeptical, but I think this about any venture capital backed company, right? Their money and their worth comes from having genuine users using their products so they can siphon our data, etc. So the more difficult it is for me to get out of their system, the better it is for their pockets. Keep trying, they're just playing hard to get. Oh yes, I intend to. I absolutely intend to. In my last email, I told them like, I can do this all day. I don't mind. I'm just going to keep emailing you the same thing until someone who understands can help me with this. It's great. The saga continues. For all of you who are wondering, what's the big deal? Why do you care so much? Okay? Your phone number is such such an important like data point that I don't even know how to put it in words, especially if you're American. Maybe in other countries it's less of a thing, less of an issue. But they can use your phone number for data collection and profiling. And that goes beyond just your online activities. It allows them to get more comprehensive profiling because as they connect with other companies that also have that data and have phone contact data, like if you have the app on your phone and you give them permission to look at your contacts, or someone, maybe you don't, but someone who has your phone number in their address book does, it's just like, yeah, there's so many potentials. Like with an email address, you could just, you know, get another one like it's nothing. And with a phone number, it's a lot harder to do. It's the same in every country, says Maka. I feel like some countries have an easier time getting a new phone number where it's like cheaper to just get a new SIM card or something like that. What if they're genuinely trying to help and you're being stubborn? Razor, they are. I think it's both. I think it's both. Hello! Buddy, I recently discovered your streams and wanted to reach out. I help kick streamers like yourself gain exposure and build a loyal audience. My focus is on generating organic growth through targeted strategies. This can help you reach the 1,000 follower milestone and unlock monetization opportunities on Kick. If you're interested in learning more about how I can assist your stream's growth, feel free to contact me on Discord. My Discord username is Robert Parker 100. Thank you, Help Streamers 18. I appreciate you. I don't need it, but bye. A marketing agency trying to bait you. Yeah, I love reading those messages. It makes me laugh. It's so funny. It's so funny. It makes me laugh. This person doesn't know who I am. I'm unmarketable. I made a joke about school shoe. Anyway. Anyway. Yeah, there's also targeted advertising, location tracking. There's a potential of data breaches. You don't know how long they're gonna keep that data. So that's another thing. Like, I'm pretty sure Discord, even when you delete your account, they keep the logs, they keep everything forever. So it's like, wow, I'm doing great. I'm gonna give you guys, don't remind them, school shoes. Yeah. You know, when your school has a dress code and you have to wear like certain shoes. Anyway, so I'll give you guys the quote of the day and then I'm gonna skedaddle. Wah. Sorry for ranting about big tech, but I'm not sorry. It's their fault. Tell them to be better, and then I won't rant about them so much. Okay. Here's the quote. Do it for yourself, because satisfaction comes from within, not from others. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I like a little bit of spite. Do whatever you want, because I'm not your mom. I'm just a VTuber. Let's turn Moon into a marketable plushie. Oh, you know what? You should put... Yeah, I want to be one of those plushies that you could stick an Ona. Anyway, bye. Gotta go. Okay, enough. I've gone too far. I've done enough. That'd be so cute, woman. Remind me of Goku God transformation. Excuse me, Nani? She says wow when you squeeze her. Brother man, have a good night. Jackie. No. What did you guys think I meant? Huh? I'm innocent. Thank you, Demi. Thank you for the 2 gifted subs in one night. Demi, you're the best. You're amazing. Thank you. Wow. I'm canceled. I'll be back tomorrow. See you guys in the classroom. You better be prepared. I'm going to be taking attendance. Be there or be marked absent and I'll call home. I won't call home because I don't have your phone number. Anyway, gotta go. Bye. I love you. Bye.